Hello, welcome to part 4 of my series of videos showing the workings of my Mercia layout. Okay, before we get started, I've had a question about my previous video. It's concerning the hump yard. They were asking why and how I run 2 wagons always down the hump. Well, the answer to that is that they do run better in pairs, 3s or 4s than what they do single, but I can run them any way I like. And how I do it, how they uncouple, is I show you right here, is I just bend the coupling iron from the foot out the way a little bit, so it won't uncouple. But the other end I leave as normal, so it does uncouple. And that actually leads on to the problem that I had yesterday. If you watched yesterday's the last video, where it wouldn't uncouple. I was trying to uncouple on this this wagon here, and actually this is the end one. So let me just demonstrate that it does work all the time, like I said it does. It's 100% like I said it yesterday. It should work. Okay, so on with today's video. Okay, my coaling tower. It's I made myself. It's made in the Hornby Dublo pre-war style and colours, and it actually works. I have shown this in previous videos, and it is a two-hand operation, so I can only show limited how it works. There's some under the table here. I have some buttons, and there's also a dual control back at the main control area. So I just push the button. It works with the power from the train controllers, from the zero track train controller. So I can vary the speed as I like. But it's quite simple how it works. And there is a magnet just under here that will grab the coal, so when it goes down it will remove the coal load. And the same with the ash plant, although that's just a little bit more involved. There, that's going up, and there's a track inside where it so it tips it up. And if we look inside, you can see there's just some strings and little motor in there. So when I push the button, that turns and it empties the load out. Okay, and while we're here, just this is a manually operated turntable. You can see it is Hornby Dublo. I've just removed the base part. This brings it closer to the table and makes it smaller, so I can fit more on there. But the pickups are actually the same as they're right there. So when I rotate the turntable, there's a spring clip under here that just touches the pickup, and that'll light up the relevant roads to allow the train to be driven out onto there, or the loco I should say. Okay, I'll just show again. I did a recent video actually demonstrating how that turntable turns. It's cable driven, and this my little water tower is a kind of a copy of the Hornby O-gauge one, and I have a mirror over there, so when I'm sat in this area, I can see, or almost see. I've got to adjust the mirror a bit, I think, because the roundhouse is quite new. But I can see which road, when I turn this, which road to go to. And then on the outside of the water tower, right there, you can see there's a mark. So when the mark lines up, that means the road is lined up. Now it's quite accurate because, well, it has to be, or else the wheels won't roll over the joint. So I've got it, the system is sprung loaded to take away any free play. Okay, on to the next one. Right here. My operating road crossing gates here. Okay, this works from the systems the same as I was describing in my last video with the detectors. There's one there, and there's one up just by the bend. Now, when the loco comes down, it touches the detector and operates a relay, and the relay starts a little motor, and there they are. There's some motors. I've got little geared motors, one for each gate, and there's another one inside the signal cabin for that little wheel to turn. And then when the loco reaches this point, it switches the motors off, and it continues through and switches the motors back on to close the gates, and then continues again to switch the motors off. So let's just watch that in operation for a second. In fact, one more thing, these motors, the whole secret really of this is these little, I got two magnets there with a little leather pad in between, and that acts like a slipping clutch. So the gates will come to a stop. The motors still keep running for a while, but it means I don't have to use limit switches or anything. So as I say, it works like a slipping clutch. So let's see which one. Here we go. So there we go, the chain there, and you'll see if you watch the wheel turning, it'll stop, and when the loco hit that pad, and it'll start again any second now. It close, and that's how it works. I have videos showing this working over and over, but it's another bit of movement on the railway, and that's what these railways are all about, movement. That's why I have my my trams running backwards and forwards also. Okay, I have another turntable here, and this one I just need to get my controller. I'm going to demonstrate this. Okay. Now this one works from motorized. I've motorized it. Normally they're not motorized, and together with it is a traverser, and this is also motorized. Now this whole area was, I think I mentioned before, was like a copy from Top Shed in London, the LNER loco repair yard there, where they had the traverser and the workshops behind, and the turntable. But now I've changed it over to LMS hands. Okay, this is basically the controls right here. It's also worked from the zero track controller. So I just switch on, the trolley is connected to the power, through the wagons and through the train. So if I can just switch that. Can I switch it on? No, I have to. There we go. I can switch that on now, and then this is two-handed operation. Let me prop the camera up. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. And now I can jog the traverser down. Oh, you'll see there is a little Meccano chain right here. This is pulling it along through a motor, and I line the tracks up with a little. I can jog it like that. There's a little marker just here, or I can just eyeball how they line up. I don't need limit switches and everything because I'm stood right next to it when I'm operating it. Now I can go back and drive the train. Onto the turntable, and then the table's also motorized. And also controlled from the same controller. Everything sounds a bit noisier than what it actually is with this, the positioning of the microphone and my camera points right at the action all the time. So I can control that easily again. And I just line up, if you can see that area, I just line up these little pen marks there, and there we go. Quite easy. But I can show, we can see the workings underneath. So I've got a light here somewhere. Okay, there's the motor. It's connected to the turntable, and I'll try and see if I can rotate it. Okay, I'll try now. Yes, it's just Meccano gears and chain and a little geared motor. And this is the shaft that's turning the turntable. And if we go around this side here, I've fixed the shaft, and there's two tiny pins that do the driving drive pins in there. The traverser is just the same. I think if I can show you there, the same motor, and reduce the gearbox there, and with the chain going off. Okay. Sorry about the poor camera work, but it's a bit awkward down there. Next, this is the throat to my King's Cross station, and there are 8 platforms here, so we have numerous points. Let me just remove this footbridge a second, the rail bridge a second. So we have numerous points to change, but I only use one button to operate all the points. One button for each platform, and these are the buttons right there. So for example, if I want to go to platform 1 to number 3, then I would need to change this set of points, this set of points, this set, and this set. So that's 4 sets of points, which would, using these type of switches is, well, it's a lot of work, and you have to figure out which one, and if a train is approaching, it sort of takes the fun out of it. So I've devised a way that we can do this with just the pressing of one switch, so you'll have to be quick to catch it, but they're all right now in the wrong direction. So this is going this way, this is going straight on, this is going up this way, and this one is going that way. So they should all point the right way after I click my switch. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, there. Now all 4 of them should have clicked over. So now we can see this has gone through, this has gone around, this has gone straight, and this final one has gone off. So that loco could have gone, well, would have gone all the way through to to platform 3. Another interesting thing is these switches. To operate the points, I click that way, like so, and then they spring back so the points are not burnt out, and then to put power to that line, they lock over in that to leave the power on. So when I do 3 and then there, and that means the power goes and the points have been changed. So it's a simple operation to make that work with that type of switch. Okay, let's I'll try and explain now the gummings, how this actually works. It works from these things here, diodes. They're very cheap. You buy big long strips of these, and basically they allow DC voltage through in one direction only and block it coming back. Now I'm just going to look under the table again, and you'll see maybe a whole bunch of diodes there. Now that is the control for them points there. So I've made a little sketch, and let's go and have a look at this sketch. Now there's perhaps a nice shot of it if you want to do a screenshot. Right there. Okay, now I'll try and explain how we wire these in as simply as I can. I'm not an electrician, I'm actually a mechanical engineer. I build machine tools all my life, so you have to bear with me. I've figured out all these systems just by trial and error. Okay, here we go. So this is pretending what we want to achieve. We want to achieve 5 platforms. So these are all the points we need. So we have these represent the point coil. So this point here is B would switch the coil this way, and A would switch the coil that way. So I've numbered the platforms or the sidings, and I've lettered the coils. So there's actually the diode. I've explained here that it's only working in one direction, and that's the direction in which it works, because if you look at the diode, I got one right here, there's a little, there it is, a little white line at the end, and that shows that the electricity cannot come back this way, only this way. So I've made this whatever it is here. So if I want to go to siding number 1, we need to actuate points A and C. So we go back to the drawing. A and C would take us to number 1, and the same is with all of these. Like say platform 4 would be B, E and H. Come up here, first is B. What did I say? B, E. So it would be E and then H, and that would take you on to platform 4. So once we got that sorted out, then we can go to the next stage. Now this is a terminal strip. So there's my terminal strip right there. These are the diodes with the direction that they make sure they go the right way round. They go that way round. And here we have the buttons, switches, or whatever you got to operate the points with. So if we go back to say this, number 4 again, so we got B, E, H. So here we have number 4, and we wire that to H. So this wire, these are the points coils on this side. So the wire would go from the terminal strip direct to the H coil. Then from the button, the wire would go to the same terminal on the terminal block. But then it's also got to power up E and H. So we use two diodes, and the power goes along this diode, along here, and it goes to B. And we have another one goes to E. These are quite simple. You can just wire them in like that. Just bend them in there. Very easy to do. So that means that the 3 relevant points would operate when you push that button. Now you're using diodes because if you didn't, when you have another when you send a power down another line that is also on E, say this one here that goes to G, it will block the electricity coming back and trying to move points G, or for letter 3. So the diodes, as I say, they block the power coming back, so you only get the 1 point motor working that you want to work. Well, I hope that's clear enough for you. A little bit difficult, but as I say, I'm not an electrician. Okay, one final thing is I've made these electric points, as we can see. I've adapted this to make them so they transfer the power when you switch the points. You can see how it works when I switch backwards and forwards. I've got a couple of them on the layout. They can be useful. They can save a switch or something like that. Although it's not really worth the effort, I don't think. But I'll just demonstrate one if I can. Let's have a look. This southern tanker is on the points here. So it should hopefully move when I click the points. Yep. You see that. Try it again. Pull the points over. So it just makes that I can just use the point switch to bring power to the track. Right, I think that's everything for this video, and I believe there'll be another one or two to come. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.